Hi, welcome to College Soccer Recruiting Insider Secrets. We have heard from so many of you about our past episodes, and that's been great, and we appreciate all your comments. One thing that we have in common in the messages seen from everyone is that it's so difficult to get started and where to start. So we decided to put together a recap episode. And what we mean by that is we're going to give you step-by-step instructions, 6 important steps to get started in the whole process of trying to find the perfect college for you. I know you can do this. Just follow these 6 simple steps. It's going to be great on this episode of College Soccer Recruiting Insider Secrets. And be sure to stick around to the very end because I'm going to show you a way to save you money.
Do you want to play college soccer and have your education paid for with an athletic scholarship? If the answer is yes, then you need Coach George on your side. As a Division I head coach for 20 years, Coach George took his team to the NCAA championships 5 times. During his career, he hosted hundreds of campus visits, attended tournaments and ID camps, and read thousands of emails from students just like you. He recruited and signed countless players, offering thousands of dollars in college scholarships. Learn his inside secrets to the recruiting process, and let him help you find the perfect school for the soccer player in your family. Here is Coach George.
Okay, let's get started. Tip number 1, sit down and write factors that are important to you when picking a school. I've worked with tons of different players and I asked them to do that, and you would be surprised what some of the important factors are to them. I had one player recently I'm working with. Her most important factor was the nicest campus. She wanted to attend the most beautiful school in the country, and so she was looking for those kind of schools. It doesn't matter what your factors are, and those aren't written in stone. You can always change them, but you want to get some ideas. So sit down, and some of the factors to think about is maybe the cost of the school, the location, how far do you want to be from home, playing time, what kind of level do you want to play at, and what's about the playing time. The weather, are you from the south and you don't like snow, you don't like cold weather? Those are all the different things. One way to help yourself out is be sure to check our episode on factors when choosing a school. We've got 2 great college coaches there who tell you everything you need to consider. So check that episode out, write down your factors, and you're going to be well on your way to getting started in this whole process. That's tip 1. Tip number 2, when you're visiting, going to soccer tournaments or visiting relatives or things like that, if you drive by a college campus, it's good for you just to turn in and visit the campus. Spend 10-15 minutes driving around the campus. Get an idea of what their dorms are like, what their cafeteria, what the student center's like, what the classrooms are like, and then you can compare it to schools that you're considering, and maybe you'll change your mind. Again, you don't have to go to these schools you're just driving through, and it only takes 10 or 15 minutes, but it helps give you a better idea of some of the factors that you think are important when choosing a school. Okay, we're halfway through of our 6 tips. This is tip number 3. Here's what you need to do now. You need to sit down with 2 very important people. First, your academic guidance counselor at your high school. Show them the list of schools that you've considered that fit your factors that you put together, and ask the guidance counselor if those are a good fit for you academically. Maybe they're too tough. Maybe they're not challenging enough. Maybe they're just right. Whatever the case is, you want to make sure you get the thoughts from that academic counselor first, because it's no use looking at schools you can't get into. Second person you need to sit down with is your coach, and you need to have a brutally honest conversation, and maybe be prepared for some bad news, and ask the coach if they think you can play at that level. That's really important. Don't waste your time trying to get to a school that you're never going to play at if that's a factor for you, is playing time. So sit down with your academic guidance counselor, see if you can get into those schools academically, and the second person, of course, is sit down with your coach and make sure you can play at these schools, or you're picking the right level, the right type of school that's perfect for you. Okay, you've put together your list of factors, you've seen the campus, the different campuses, you've talked to your guidance counselor, and you've talked to your club coaches about schools that you can possibly consider or should consider. The next thing you need to do is email the coaches. Make sure you put your club coach's contact information in there. On our next episode of College Soccer Recruiting Insider Secrets, we've got 2 great coaches to give you a lot of tips about emailing a college coach, so look forward to that, but now put together an email for your coaches. Okay, you've emailed the coaches and things have gone well. You've gotten a response. Fantastic. Congratulations. I know you're well on your way to get this thing going. What you need to do now is talk to your club coach and see if it makes sense to call that college coach. That's real important. You might have just got a response that says come to an ID camp, which is maybe all they can do at that time, and they just want to show you some interest without being able to say anything, or they actually want you to call. If you check our episodes, we have an episode where we talk about what to say when talking to a college coach. That would be the next thing. So good luck. Pick up that phone, call the college coach. Okay, we're there. Tip number 6. Now you're at the point where you've done everything. All you need to do is either go to an ID camp or maybe do an official or unofficial visit, just depending on your situation and what year you are in high school. So that's tip final 6. Do those in order and you're going to be great. Okay, here we are. We've done the 6 tips. Now parents, I've got a tip for you. First of all, college coaches are watching the parents. So I encourage you to try to stay involved and stay interested for sure. Again, I'm not going to tell you how to parent your children, but at the same time, keep in mind the college coach is recruiting your son or daughter, not you. So try to keep in the background. Try to be in the distance. You're an important part of the decision and you've worked so hard to help them. We want you to be involved, but at the same time, this is your child's moment. Okay, you've watched this far, and so now it's time that we promised on the very beginning that we'd give you something for free to save you money. Here's the thing you need to know. When you sign up for the SAT or ACT, you're allowed to give your scores to 4 schools in each of those tests for free. They'll send your ACT or SAT scores to those schools. Here's some good news and bad news about it. The good news is it's free. It doesn't cost you money, so that's good. The bad news is no matter what your score is on those tests, if you did good or bad, they're going to send it to those schools. Well, here's one thing you have to do anyways, and this is where you can save the money. If you're going to play Division I or Division II athletics, you have to have your SAT or ACT score sent to the initial eligibility clearinghouse, the national clearinghouse, for that information. Now, here's the problem. You have to pay money to get that score sent from the SAT testing folks or the ACT testing folks, and it has to come from them to the clearinghouse. However, when you sign up, instead of putting your scores be sent to 4 schools or 3 schools, you can have it sent directly to the clearinghouse. And the code for that is 9999. If you send that, if you fill that in, your score will automatically go to the NCAA clearinghouse, and you're halfway on your way to becoming a Division I or Division II college athlete. So there we go. We saved you some money. That's our recap edition. We've shown you everything you need to know to get started. You can do this. Once again, we've had people calling us and emailing us and talking to us, and you can do this. Just follow those steps and you'll be well on your way. Be sure to catch our next episode where we have 2 coaches talking to you about what to look for what to do when emailing a college coach. Thanks so much for watching. If you like us, be sure to hit the thumbs up or be sure to subscribe, and you can get all our episodes and won't miss any of them. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time on College Soccer Recruiting Insider Secrets.